Hello, 3 Years family, and welcome to 3 Years AMA. Yes, we are back live and we are happy to have you here. It is Wednesday, it is 5 o'clock, and it is our time to be here live. I would like to, of course, invite you to be a part of this AMA. You can write a comment, you can ask a question. And beside that, I would like to invite you to be a part of our communities. We are on Telegram, on Twitter, and on Discord. And please join us there. You can also subscribe here to our YouTube channel. And of course, you will get notification when we are going live. Anita Mlakari is my name, and I am the host of this AMA. And I'm really looking forward to today's because we have a special guest coming up. We have members of our team here, and you have a chance to win in our new giveaway. So please stick here till the end, be with us. Just let me do a short introduction of 3Air and what we are doing. So we are trying to connect the unconnected, banked the unbanked, and we are connecting people of Africa to internet. We're doing that with two technologies, with a K3 last mile solution and 3Air internet. So you will get digital identity from us. We also create your digital bank account. We are giving you a wallet. The next step is providing financial services. We also have outside partners that will provide additional digital revenue streams. And all this time, we are educating you, we are educating people, and that is the real empowerment. And once we put you through all these steps, you are connected, banked, and empowered. So 3Air is here for the long term to provide real services to the people. We will be here for the years to come, and everyone join us in this journey. We'll be proud of being a part of this change. So thank you for being with us. Now, I would, of course, like to invite everybody else who is with us on this AMA. First, let me invite a woman. Ruba Ramani is with us, the head of marketing. Hello, Ruba. Then Rok Mihailovic is with us, head of development. And
Hello.
of course, we have Sandi and CEO of 3Air also with us. Hello, guys.
Hello, head of the heads then.
Hello.
The head.
Hi,
It is
Anita.
nice
Hi,
to have you all
everyone.
here. It's really nice to see you. And every time we're together, and if there's more of us, it's always pleasant and happy, and we are always happy. Yeah, I know that. So please, if you have a question, anybody, write down the question, write down a comment, and I'm just looking forward to invite our special guest. But first, let's start with our Rok Mihailovic Krpan, the head of development. Rok, you will give us a little update about what is going on, because we are right now preparing also for a big moment. So, Rok, what is happening?
Okay, so let me see where to start. There are like a lot of things working in parallel. So the first thing that we are working on is implement, as we said, we want Trier to be multi-chain and available on multiple platforms. So right now we are testing our integration of multiple chains. We already have like a testnet deployment on the second chain. So like we already tested it today, it works. Every chain is connected. You can sign into multiple chains. You can like for our current marketplace, you can buy multiple chains. Authors can publish it, things like this. Then the next thing that the team is working on is the staking, because the staking parameters are already defined. Sandi already shared everything about it. So we are developing or even finishing the smart contract and finishing the web interface, which if any of you signed into the app already saw that there is a new icon on it, which says coming soon. So yeah, it will really come soon. And then the next thing that we're like working on is the decentralized IDs. So
Okay. Is Rocky were frozen for a while?
okay, so where did I get frozen? At what part?
Just the last sentence when you were trying to say what is another thing that we are doing.
The deeds.
Okay, am I live now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So for the decentralized IDs, we are working on like final specification that's still left to define, and we're like planning the whole wireframes for the application, confirming them, doing the designs. So because for the centralized IDs, it's not enough to just have some wallet and the web page. You need a mobile application. You need the whole cryptography core. You need integration with 10 different services to like actually make it happen, to sign everything, to have revocation lists. You need every data on chain. You need client applications. Like we're pretty much defining and building all of that at the moment. So
Yeah, it sounds great.
this is the like three main things that we're working on at the moment.
Okay. Rok, I know you have to leave earlier because you have another things in your
Yeah,
mind and at your schedule, but still there is a question from Richard, just maybe to answer this one. How to claim? Need BNB to claim? This is the question,
yeah,
so let's answer it.
yeah. Okay, so the actual the like claims are already entered, but you can't claim it yet. So the claims will open on 22nd of September. You'll need to have some BNB in the wallet. It's like really minimal amount. It's like multiple times smaller that you need at the Ethereum or anything else. So yeah, you'll need some BNB, but you can also like decide how fast you want to claim it. So the vesting is like depends on your, of course, of what vesting you have, where did you buy, if you extended it or not. But it's a linear, so you can like claim things at the start. You can claim your tokens when the whole vesting is finished and claim all of them at the end. Or if you want to have new trier every day, you can like go every day and click it, or every 10 minutes if you want. I mean, every time you click on it, you'll need to spend some BNB, but you can do it as much or as little as you want. So
And I think the BNB cost for claiming ones will be probably at around 1 cent for sure, or if not even less than 1 cent.
yeah, it's a really minimal amount. It's like if you have $1, you can claim it like 50 times or 100 times.
Okay, let's just use the opportunity of having you here just for this one. How to stake 3R token if these are bought or transferred.
So, like, there will be few options how you can stake it at the beginning. So, the first option will be that you can stake directly from the vesting. So, this like saves some of gas for every user because you don't need to like claim it and then make another transaction to stake it. We'll implement it in a way that you can like press in the app, claim and stake, and it will directly in the one transaction you will claim it and it will go to staking, create your terms and everything that is needed. The second staking option is that you claim your trier to your wallet and then stake it at a later date, maybe the next day, maybe in a month. It depends. And the third option is to actually go if you don't have any trier, if you didn't buy anything or anything else, you can like go open it, like buy it on the open market on whatever DEX we will launch and it's access. So you buy it and you can stake it, or you can transfer to a friend and he can stake it. So as long as you have Trier investing or in your wallet, you can stake it.
So you'll go to the app, the same app where we have everything else at app.3r.io, and then there'll be the staking tab. There is actually already a staking
Yeah,
tab, and right now it says coming soon. But then there will be an interface where you just put in how many you connect your wallet, of course, and then you can select how many 3R you want to stake, and then there'll be a button stake, and that's going to be pretty easy.
yeah,
Okay,
it should be completely straightforward to anyone. So
thank you, thank you, thank you, Rok. Stick with us if you can, if you still have time. We will invite our guest in. Just Ruba, before we do that, we are having some giveaways today. Should we say something about them? How to be a part of it? How to try to win it?
Absolutely, let's do it. So we have another giveaway running right now on Twitter and our socials. We are giving away 200 BUSD and 3 Telegram Premium monthly subscriptions. And all you have to do is go to our app and click on giveaway and enter. So retweet our tweet on Twitter, follow us, and like and share it. and then enter your Twitter retweet link on our app.3air.io/giveaway form, and join us on Telegram. And then you will be able to get the live AMA code at the end of this AMA, or maybe during the AMA at some undefined moments, and enter that, and you then are eligible to win some of the prizes. So we're just going to display that at the bottom, where you can go to the giveaway. It's at app.3air.io, and you can join there.
Okay, thank you, Ruba. Thank you. Just looking forward also to that. And now it is time, of course, to invite our special guest. Like I said, we have a very special guest today. Gideon Greaves is with us, and I would like to, of course, say hello and welcome him. Hello.
Hey, Anita, Sandi, Ruba, how's everyone doing?
Yeah,
Hi,
we're
Gideon.
great.
Nice.
I'm really,
Good to be here,
really
guys.
happy to have you here. Really happy to have you here. Just to say a couple of words about you, Gideon is a proud South African with a deep passion for startups who are focused on creating innovative solutions. Actually, Gideon, you are building the blockchain ecosystem in Africa. But please just introduce yourself. Who are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, thanks, Anita. So, as you said, my name is Gideon, and I'm running CVVC Africa. So CVVC, it really all says it in the name. It's an acronym for Crypto Valley Venture Capital. So we're based out of the canton of Zug in Switzerland, which is, as most of you probably know, known as the Silicon Valley of the crypto world. I'm running the African operations and the African blockchain and Web3 fund for CVVC. We've got quite a unique model, as traditional venture capitalists would mainly just focus on allocating funds into startups and supporting from the background. What we do is we have another business called CV Labs, which acts as our ecosystem business. So it creates a platform for our startups to integrate them into a global ecosystem, giving them the best opportunity to succeed. I believe that, gone are the days where you can become an investor in a project and not add value, specifically in the early stage parts of investing into a project. So we're very focused on Africa. We believe timing is everything, and there's so much going on in Africa, which I'm sure I'll touch on during the session. But we focus on creating this ecosystem, this blockchain technology ecosystem across the continent, and that becomes really important when you're dealing with an emerging market and an emerging technology. So for us, it's about bringing all the key actors in a space where they can collaborate. And that involves everything from the boring side, from associations, government, policymakers, and regulation, all the way through to the exciting side, degens, developers, investors, startups, corporates, etc. So we're really trying to bring everyone together and to increase the rate of adoption in Africa. Not that it needs increasing, by the way, because it's blowing up at an alarming rate. And we love 3Air, of course. We're looking at it as a project to invest in at the moment. Why do we love it? I think I saw that question coming up. I can quickly answer that as well. I think it focuses on three things: digital identity, connection being most important at all, and then banking the unbanked. And what's really interesting about Africa is that it's got the youngest population in the world, right? The average age of the population is 19 years old. The second youngest continent, I think, is South America, if I stand to be corrected, but the second youngest age is, I think it's 31, 33. So you can see how young the African continent is with an average age of 19. So there's so much potential on the continent. Only a quarter of the continent is actually connected and banked. So a technology like 3Air can really transform and disrupt an entire continent. And with the age of the continent really being ready for this type of this technology, I think we can really leapfrog and accelerate compared to the rest of the world. So I think 3 years is a great solution for a continent and an emerging market like most of the countries in Africa.
Absolutely. Thank you for explaining that. So, yeah, there are so many bright minds in Africa, and of course, so many opportunities. They need opportunities, and this connection, of course, will improve that. But still, I know you did explain in some way why Africa, but I'm sure you have answered so many times, and maybe I should ask this again. What was it that made you decide to do things or, do your work in Africa?
I think there's two reasons. Number one is generally from a venture funding perspective, Africa is taking off at the moment. And then I'll go into the blockchain side of it afterwards. From a venture funding perspective, all emerging markets are really exciting to go into. You could say that investing in Africa or any emerging market can be similar to being an early Bitcoin investor. Investing in Africa, sometimes I say, is like investing in Bitcoin in 2009. So it still takes a lot of convincing to certain people, which is why we actually just wrote a report, the African Blockchain Report. We put that together, which outlines a lot of data with regards to Africa as a funding destination for entrepreneurs and startups. But it also outlines the blockchain use cases on the continent and the funding that's been happening with regards to capital flowing into blockchain startups. A really interesting statistic is how long it took $1 billion to flow into startups in Africa. And in 2020, it took 11 months for $1 billion to flow into Africa. In 2021, it took 8 months. And this year, it only took 7 weeks. So you're seeing a massive amount of capital flowing into the continent. We saw Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z, Tiger Global, SoftBank, all into the continent for the first time this year. So it seems to be that things are really taking off, and a lot of people are looking at Africa as a destination to invest into startups. That's one of the big reasons. And then another one is that Africa has the most resilient population in the world. According to a research report done by the African Development Bank, 22% of working age Africans actually own their own business, which gives Africa the highest entrepreneurship rate in the world. So that means 1 in 5 people in Africa actually run their own business, which is incredible.
Wow.
And there's a lot of very specific problems and challenges in Africa that blockchain can solve. So whilst we're not seeing perhaps some of the most kind of disruptive and robust tokenomic models in Africa yet, they're still very, very much on an infrastructure level. I think that will change very, very, very quickly.
Wow, amazing. Also working with startups, I was following a conference that we had in Europe talking about startups, of course, and investments that they are receiving. And the main issue was, how does a startup become a unicorn? So maybe my question is, you said there are so many startups in Africa. How many are potential or already are a unicorn, really, prospering across the world?
Yeah, there's 11 unicorns in Africa. And what's interesting is that 8 of those unicorns came about in the last 2 years. So it just shows you how quickly these startups are growing. There's also a fantastic graph that we've got that shows you how long it took for the first tech startup on the continent to become a unicorn. And that's a startup called InterSwitch, or a company called InterSwitch, not so much a startup anymore. It took them 17 years to become a $1 billion company. The last 4 unicorns, it took them 2 years to get their $1 billion status. And I think it really comes down to the entrepreneurs that have product market fit in terms of the solution that they have, but it's also about execution, because we in our investment vehicle, we have a fund where we invest in startups in the blockchain ecosystem, but we also have an incubation program. And for us, the earlier the startup, the more we're doing due diligence on the entrepreneurs and on the founding members of the team. Can they execute? We have ideas all the time, right? Everyone lies in bed at night, looks at the roof. You have a revolutionary idea to take over the world. So it's really, can these entrepreneurs, can the people driving these startups execute really quickly? Can they scale fast? Because that's what the venture capital world is about, right? Investing in startups that can scale really quickly. And do they know what they're doing, right? I think the big thing for entrepreneurs is, do they have, this is also my opinion, but I believe that the best entrepreneurs to invest in are ones that are emotionally attached to their startup. It almost becomes an extension of themselves. And those are the ones that persevere during hard times. And those are the ones that are able to pivot as well when their existing model isn't really doing well for them or working.
Okay, so what will this
It is good to
ability?
believe in unicorns, said Joe.
Yeah. Yes.
No, sorry, go ahead, Anita. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you, what does this ability, for being connected and banked, improve their chance, to be better in the world, be more seen, to prosper?
Well, you've got an entire population that first of all, they don't have access to information, right? So that's why you have a lot of propaganda. There's so many reasons, right? One of them that I'm passionate about is access to information and to quality information. Without access to information, you have to base all your decisions on the information that's been fed to you, which is why corrupt governments can thrive with their propaganda campaigns in Africa, because a lot of their target market with these propaganda campaigns are focused on Africans that are unbanked and unconnected. So the information that they receive, from these politicians and their campaigns is what they take as fact. So the more people that become online, I think that's just an analogy to show that the more people that become connected, they will become educated, so that they can start participating in the market. And with connection becomes the ability to become banked as well. So it will just take the African market from 0 to 10 very, very quickly. And as we know, South Africans' rate of adoption when it comes to people coming online is faster than anywhere else in the world as well. So at CBVC, we believe very strongly in Africa. In fact, we have two funds in the company, or two focuses, and the one is from a global level. So we invest in startups from the US to Asia to Europe or to Australia. And then there was so much interest, and the team was so bullish on Africa that we actually set up a whole new entire fund to focus exclusively on startups in the African continent. So we believe very strongly that things are going to change in Africa very quickly as well.
I don't know who it was in our AMA, but someone said that that getting information should be a basic human right, or between basic human rights, and that is actually true. Getting information in order to know actually what is going on, and in order to grow or educate yourself is very important.
Yeah. I think I said that once.
You said it.
And I said that the internet should be a basic human right. And I don't know if it really is, but I do think it should be. So and
Totally, I agree.
Yeah, I think internet by itself, because it's easier to define internet than just information.
True.
Totally, 100%. I agree.
But I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who said that. So just don't quote me or credit me for that.
Okay, Gideon, you were saying.
The other exciting thing about blockchain in Africa is that it can also solve a lot of the corruption problems that we have. So I live in South Africa, and there's a term that everyone uses here. I'm not sure if it's used in other parts of the world. Maybe in other emerging markets they say this as well. But it's a term that we say called tenderpreneurs, right? And these are entrepreneurs leveraging off of corrupt tenders, basically, corrupt tender processes. So there was I'm not going to mention this, or I might end up with it in a bit of a difficult situation, but there was a hospital in South Africa recently in the news. They lost 250 billion rand, which is what, $18 million. It just disappeared, and basically it was from corruption. There was tenders going out, and people were just, the hospital was issuing their tenders to their friends and interested parties involved in the whole in the corruption space. And if you had to put that whole tendering process on an application that was on chain, and those transactions were on chain, everyone would be a willing taxpayer in emerging markets like Africa, because there would be no more corruption. It would be impossible because everything would be transparent. So I think the age-old saying about blockchain is able to promote traceability and transparency is exactly what Africa needs. So I think there's a lot of interesting stuff that's going to happen in the future with new applications and entrepreneurs that are coming up with ideas to solve these problems.
Just to comfort you a bit. So it's not only Africa. In Slovenia, a few years back, we had also something with hospitals. It's just it's a perfect way to wash the money, to for corruption, to steal. But we had something with the hospital beds. Anita, I'm pretty sure you remember this a bit better than me. I usually don't follow those things, but we had the same thing with the hospital beds, and yeah, blockchain would definitely solve those things. And I was in Kenya right now, so they had the elections rigged right now. So also it's not so hard to do elections on the blockchain. Everything's transparent. You don't need any counting, nothing really. So it started with digital identities.
Oh, that would be a progress,
How was your trip in Kenya, Sandi? What was your impression of Kenya?
Well, first of all, I was like working from morning till the evening. We were staying in a house, had a pool there. In 3 weeks, I managed to jump in the pool 3 times for maybe 10 minutes. So I didn't see a lot. But in regards to the internet, I'm quite surprised on the level of internet there. It's far better than any place. Even before I was to Kenya, I was actually with Gideon in Cape Town and in Johannesburg, and they have better internet than you do. So just to let you know.
Oh wow, okay, interesting. The one, and I haven't been there yet. I mean, I've been to Kenya, and the internet is really good. Nigeria, and I can only say, I mean, we've invested in a lot of startups there. I think the majority of the deal flow that we're seeing in Africa is actually from Nigeria, but their internet is so bad. They're so bad. Every entrepreneur that we chat to from Nigeria, it's just they have to turn the camera off. It goes on and off. I mean, yeah. So I think 3A could solve some great problems in that part of the world.
For sure.
There's a question for both of you. How did you guys meet? And what are you planning for the community of this your project?
We actually met through CVVC. So we are a partner with CV Labs, and CV Labs was also doing some stuff here in Dubai. And then it was natural because we are all Africa. Then Gideon came in and we started talking, and immediately, I really liked Gideon. So he is well connected, really smart, easy to talk to, and always willing to help. So, I need to thank you for all the stuff, that you made happen for us.
Gideon, and you have an invitation.
Yeah, cool, Sandi.
I'm sorry, just go ahead.
Yes, I saw that. So anyone that can host me in Nigeria, that would be awesome. I'd love to visit Nigeria. I've heard so many cool things. Nigeria has got the best hustlers in the world, so which leads to the best entrepreneurs. So we're super keen to come to Nigeria. If anyone will host me, pop me a DM on Twitter or LinkedIn, and I'll take you up on that.
Okay, yeah. Well, you both have invitation to come to Nigeria, and they will just guide you around or take you around a little bit. So great. Gideon, I will quote you now because I read that, I was reading that, and I think it was just a couple of days ago, and you posted, investing in Africa reminds me of that feeling I had when investing in crypto in 2016. So could you do a little explanation?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm sure you will remember, for those of you that were in the game back then, a lot of WhatsApp groups were popping up, or social media groups on Telegram and that sort of thing. And it became like this massive hype of people interested in the space. But then on the other side, there was a whole bunch of naysayers that were so anti-crypto and said, Bitcoin doesn't make sense. It's not attached to anything. And we're getting the same feedback from Africa now, where there's so much excitement in the space, but there's still people saying, Africa is not the right market to invest in. But like what happened to Bitcoin as the leading crypto, and filtered down to the rest of the altcoins, I believe Africa will go through a similar journey, where of course it will have its ups and downs, but the general trend for Africa and investing into startups on the continent is going to be explosive, just like we had from the crypto world from 2016 until now.
Okay, that is actually answering the question, what is your outlook on the next years of the African blockchain ecosystem? So yeah. Just another thing, Gideon, you are preparing, or you will also be a part of Blockchain Africa Conference 2023. Could you just tell us a little bit what will be going on?
Sorry, Anissa, you broke up. You mentioned that we're hosting a conference. Is that what you said?
Yeah, about the conference that is coming up in 2023.
Yeah, that's correct. So we host a conference once a year with CVVC in the Crypto Valley in Zug in Switzerland. So that's coming up in 2 weeks' time. I'm actually going to be speaking on stage with Sandi at that conference. And it's a really awesome conference because it brings all the different worlds together. So we've got the likes of Polkadot and Google there, so all different worlds all coming together. And we're going to really mimic the success of that conference and bring it to Africa next year in March. And we're going to really center it around a whole Cape Town blockchain week. So not just our conference, but really collaborate with the ecosystem here to create a whole blockchain week focused on blockchain and the ecosystem in Africa. And Cape Town is such a destination for that as well. So we believe we'll attract a lot of attendees and speakers from all over the world.
I'm pretty sure everyone will love to come to Cape Town. It's an amazing city.
Yes, absolutely. Gideon, maybe just that, how are you enjoying, aside of business and everything, your life in Africa? What are you doing? How are you spending your free time, if you have any?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so important to have free time, right? Life is yet to live. So I think it can be a juggle sometimes, because now post-lockdown world, you're juggling between virtual meetings and physical meetings, and there's still the constant pressure to always be online. But I think to just be mindful and try and separate your work life, which is, as I said, from an entrepreneurial perspective, it becomes an extension of yourself, right? If someone asks you, hey, who are you? What do you do? What's the first thing you say? Is you say what you do for a living. So you got to love what you do, which I do, but you still have to do things that are a little bit healthier for the mind and the spirit, I guess. Spending time with your family. The age-old stereotypical things, which I love to do. But the work atmosphere in Africa is really exciting. I think the continent is growing at such a rate. Even from a cultural perspective, it's becoming more metropolitan, and you're getting a lot of expats entering Africa. I think lockdown has accelerated that as well. You have a lot of internationals moving into different parts of Africa to work remotely because they can now. A lot of these new tech companies, specifically in the Web3 world, are completely distributed and remote. So a lot of expats are moving into the continent, which is accelerating the growth. It's making the landscape more competitive. It's helping with education and adoption, and it's just helping the market in general. So it's a really cool space to be working and living, and we have good weather as well. Not like in Europe. Europe's summers are awesome. Europe's winters, if you're not in the mountain, can be a bit depressing.
Yeah.
And now this year, winter is gonna be really hard for Europe, I guess.
Right.
One question, just personal. I hope you don't mind. I see there are a lot of medals hanging around.
Sure.
Can you tell us a bit more about those?
So those are a mixture of. I think they're over there. Yeah, those are a mixture of medals from myself and from my girlfriend. So they're all stacked up at the back there. But that's just from running. So running, 21 kilometers. For me, only 21. I haven't done more than that. I think I'm too big and my knees start to collapse. But my girlfriend runs everything. And she ran the Comrades Marathon recently, which is 90 kilometers. So she's a beast. So most of those are actually hers, if I have to be honest with you.
That's so cool. That's cool. I gave up a bit on running. I just don't have the time. But I did do an Ironman.
Oh my God.
That's insane. I did a mini one once, where it's like a quarter of an Ironman. So not even a half. It was a quarter. So it's like 10K run, just under a kilometer swim, and I think 20K cycle or something like that. It wasn't too bad. But if you've done an Ironman, salute to you, because that can't be easy.
Yeah, it was back in that's now in 2009, I think. No, 2007. Quite far along.
You must have been shredded if you did an Ironman. You must have been ripped to pieces. Not that you aren't now.
I'm not right now, but I actually was shredded in 2015 when I did a bodybuilding contest. So I like some challenges.
Well, you are both amazing, but I did run 5 kilometers once too. I'm just joking. Well, before you leave, Gideon, we have a special announcement. I think Sandi should be the one telling it. No, okay. Then you will be joining as a special advisor, right?
I think Ruba is the one. Ruba should have the honors too.
Okay, Ruba, please do Ruba. Go ahead.
All right. Yes. So we kept this announcement for today because we wanted to do it when Gideon was here live with us. So Gideon is joining 3 Year as a strategic advisor. So we're really happy to have you with us, with all of your experience, all of your network connections and insight into the African blockchain and crypto community. And welcome. Maybe you can tell us why 3 Air and what excites you about the project.
So I think the thank you, Ruba, and to the rest of the 3 Air team and Sandi for having me on your advisory team. I'm really excited to be part of the journey for 3 Air to become a unicorn, and that's why I'm really part of it. It was the first project where I approached the entrepreneur and I said, hey, this is going to be a unicorn. I got to join. I got to be part of this journey, and I'd love to see if I can help you get there. And that was really what really fascinated me about the project. I mean, from the outset, the project is awesome. What it's trying to achieve is fantastic. Connecting the world, which allows you to have digital identity and banking the unbanked. So the fundamentals of the project is amazing, but everything is about the team. And Sandi, I just think, has all it takes to become someone that can take this project to unicorn status really quickly. And that's what really excited me about this project. And of course, it touches home because it can solve a lot of problems in Africa. And since I met Sandi, everyone that I've introduced him to, they've just pulled him straight in. I mean, he had a meeting with someone recently when he was in Cape Town, and then they asked him to have dinner with the mayor and the premier here, and he went to his house, and I was like, hey, don't forget me, and they did forget me. They didn't bring me along. But I think there's a lot of excitement around the 3 Year project here. We also I won't mention the bank until everything's closed and the deal is done, but there was a bank in Africa that's looking at doing a lot of work with 3 Year as well, and they've had a couple of meetings. So every meeting that Sandi gets, he seems to get a lot of interest. So I'm just excited to be part of the journey to take 3 Year into the moon.
Thank you, and welcome. I'm really glad that you joined.
We are excited too. Thank you.
Gideon,
thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you for taking time. Of course, I hope you will be with us in this month and years to come, and that we will meet you here more often in our AMAs, since everybody's so excited, and you should really connect to, because someone is really serious about taking you to Nigeria, and showing you around. So do connect, please, and use the opportunity. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I'll be back. Happy to be part of the family.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. We're
Bye.
happy to. Bye.
Ciao.
Okay, it was so nice talking to Gideon and announcing the big thing. So thank you, Ruba. Thank you. Now, Ruba, we will continue with you because as a head of marketing, you should, give us a little update about what is going on.
Absolutely. But don't you just think that CV rocks? I mean, everything about being a partner with them and having Gideon on as strategic advisor is just great. So if you agree with that, go to app.3air.io and use this as your giveaway live code. So for the 3Air marketing updates, let me give you a bit of a rundown of what's been happening and what's to come next. So some of you might have noticed we've been slowly, step by step, updating our social icons, social graphics a little bit. So you will see a rollout of an updated branding just ahead of our token launch. So what we're really going for and what our main goal is ahead of this listing is that audiences, our audience and new audiences who come to us see that this is a project with a real world utility, that it's here to stay, no matter if the markets go up or down. This is a long-term, many-year project that really offers value in the real world. So we want our branding to reflect that as well and go a little bit away from the very hype, sometimes looking brands that you see sometimes in crypto. So Laura, our head of design, is doing an amazing job at refreshing our branding to reflect that as well. Then what we have done as well is we have launched our CoinMarketCap listing. So you can now go to CoinMarketCap and add 3Air to your watch list. So just go to coinmarketcap.com and type in 3Air. You'll find us there. And you'll also see that we posted an article about 3Air early staking pools and rewards. So check that out, like it, share it. It'll help the project a lot. And if you're part of the 3Air community, then it's also in your interest to go and spread the word and do that. Then we also have many upcoming AMAs with partners. So if you go to our Twitter space, Twitter profile, you will see that we have 2 AMAs coming up tomorrow, which I will show you at the end of the AMA on our Outlook. And we have a lot more of those types of events coming up. So stay tuned on Twitter and on Telegram. That's where we'll have a lot of announcements. And another thing that we're focusing on a lot now in our marketing ahead of the launch is explaining how 3Air works, how the ecosystem works to benefit all of the token holders. And so there will be more explanations about staking and rewards, but there will also be information about access node operators, so nodes, how that works, what is the technology behind it, how do people who are part of the ecosystem earn rewards and can generate revenue with 3Air and ultimately become more empowered. So we're focusing a lot on creating content that shows that right now.
Thank you. Ruba, would you like to add something? I'm sorry.
I think that's done for the marketing update for this week. It's been a lot. You will get an outlook of the upcoming events in just a few minutes.
I think you said there is a partnership being announced, didn't you?
Yes, there is a partnership being announced. I will show the banner.
Okay, good. I just checking that you didn't forget, but
no, I didn't forget it.
I don't know if you sleep lately at all, but I do think that you're getting some help now also with the marketing team, right? So the marketing team is is growing slightly, tiny bit, right?
Absolutely. So we have onboarded a very experienced agency, KDM. We could get their CEO on an AMA as well. I think that would be really good. And they are helping us immensely with building all this out and growing the community ahead of the launch and supporting us.
Great news. All great news. Now, before Sandi will also give us an update, let's just take this opportunity to answer some questions. I think there are some newcomers here. This is an interesting question, but we should repeat the answer. We should tell it more and more about it. What is the first impression that you'd like people to think of when mentioning 3Air to them? Sandi.
Internet and banking for everyone.
Really short answer, but yeah, it tells everything. There was also a question, how did you come up with the name? We didn't explain that for a while now.
Yeah, the name is actually, we are delivering 3 services over air. So that's broadband internet, it's digital TV, and IP telephony. So it's 3Air.
Okay.
I just don't know. I don't know what we'll do when we add the 4th, because we're already thinking about the 4th one. So I don't know what we'll do then. Any ideas?
Yeah, well, maybe we should, gather ideas from people, because there are always great ideas out there.
3Air
We're gonna
plus.
say 3Air.
What did you say, Ruba?
3Air plus.
Yeah, why not? Sandi, so what's the latest information about the market?
Well, last week didn't close really well, right? I was talking about that a kind of important meeting was being held on Friday, and Jerome Powell didn't say what I expected him to say. So it was quite hawkish. He said there's more pain to come. And that there'll be, yeah, he actually said there'll be pain within businesses and within households, and that they'll use, I think he said, like to the fullest use their tools available or something like that. So, and then the markets just panicked, and everything crashed down 10% or again 15%, something like that. So was quite hard. Let's see what the outlook is. So this is just a speech he gave, and it did happen before that. What he said that he didn't do actually afterwards. Let's see. I do think still we have some options if the CPI numbers come out good in September. Then on September 21st, there are the rate hikes. I think after last Friday, at least 75 basis points is calculated in. I think if we see a higher interest rate hike than 75 basis points, so if they go to 1%, it won't be really good. If we see a 50%, I think we'll see the markets rally a bit. So that would probably be really good then for us the next day. But yeah, I've been also talking about there for sure. It's really nice to have a really crazy good launch. We're not in a bull market, so we're for sure not doing 200x's, and it's just impossible right now. And that's actually not the long-term goal. Having a crazy good launch is maybe good for some promotion, short-term hype, but the prices after a huge spike, they always come down. What I do see as beneficial though launching in a market like this is you have the whole potential of the upside potential of the bull market. So we're literally starting at the bottom, and we can ride it out all the way. And in the meantime, we'll just be working on everything that we do. And yeah, I do think that our project can become a bear market proof. And I don't think that people will stop using internet. So we should have we should not have like big declining numbers in users if there is a bear market or a bull market. So in that sense, yeah, I think that the future for sure lies in projects that have real world utility, because that one will be more like stocks than like cryptocurrencies, and not every bear market will just pull it down. I think they can be even more stable than the stocks, because stocks, they don't have like utility, but the tokens have utility within a project. So the demand for the tokens should stay there. And Yeah, so because of it, so I can show a bit again the fear and greed index just shortly. And we did come back down into extreme fear. So we are at 23. It wouldn't be good if we go really too low, below 20. It would. It's not something that would play well with the markets. So we were there already on 45, coming down. Let's see. I do think this is gonna turn. So, and what is good is we're still really crazy high in the altcoin season. So we're on 94, and that's just each week I can just say that it's amazing. I did not expect this, and that for sure plays well with our token launch. So I think what is good is August is ending, and August is a month that usually plagued with a downturn, with a bit more volatility, with low volumes, and low volumes then always have the ability to move markets faster in any direction. And August then is usually a bad month, but so is September. September is traditionally also not really a good month, but I do think right now markets are a bit different, and everyone actually really waits on what the Fed will do, and it's just about that. I don't think there's anything else. There are so many good things happening on the blockchain space, on the crypto space. We got BlackRock in, like the biggest hedge fund in the world. If they deploy only 1% of their capital into crypto, we'll have like a bull run we never saw before, I think. So there's really all the big institutions are coming in. So a lot is happening. I do think we just need to have the macroeconomic security and certainty, and then things are gonna go the right way. So my opinion is we are starting at the bottom, and we'll ride our token and our project the whole way in the bull market.
Okay, thank you, Sandi. Just another question that maybe we should use the opportunity to answer. Does 3R have a plan and dream to someday launch an academy arm to train African people in its technology, both in broadband tech, networking, and blockchain? Tom is asking.
So we do place a lot of focus on education. So there'll be for sure a lot of education going on in just how to use the internet, how to use blockchain. This is just I think it's good for 3R, but it's exceptionally good for everyone that's involved with 3R. And yeah, why not? So there for sure will be an academy at one point in time. Either we do it ourselves or we partner up with somebody else. There are a lot of projects that a lot. I spoke to 3 different projects in regards to that they have an educational platform. And also I was speaking at the Johannesburg University, and there's a lot of interest and a lot of stuff happening on the education side. And I think Africa is really, really well suited there. They're so hungry about the new technology that's coming up. That is, a pleasure than teaching somebody that's really, really enthusiastic about it.
Okay, next question. The next question would be from Nila. What is your trick to beat similar projects so that your project stays ahead? Is there a trick?
Is just innovating. Is just innovating, not being stagnant. Not having the what's the word? Being too self-confident and thinking you know everything and you're the best. it's constant improvement and constant benchmarking with others and trying to be better. So waking up in the morning, starting to think what can you do better this day.
Okay, another one. Going through your website, I saw something on making trenches and digging the group to put communication cables. How feasible this is going to be?
Yeah, so if you read this, we are actually saying that this is not feasible and we don't need to do it. So we are connecting people over air. So what we don't need to do is actually, dig up trenches, dig through whatever. Is it like a desert or is it a rainforest, destroying nature and also destroying cities or, stopping traffic? That's really impossible. So this is why we are not doing it. We are doing it the other way around.
Yeah, and I see that someone has already answered that in a comment section. So absolutely. Okay, there are some questions coming in. A lot of comments today. Thank you very much for being a part of this to comment. Someone said that this is not an AMA but an AAA because I'm asking all the questions. Oh my God. I'm really happy if you're asking them so that I don't have to, and you're welcome just to put them in here. Ruba, should we also now say something about the giveaways?
Yes, absolutely. So if you have been paying attention to our socials, what can you win today? There's going to be 6 lucky winners. So this is the first time we're picking 6 winners on one of our newer giveaways in the 3R app. And you can win 100 BUSD, 50 BUSD, or 50 BUSD, and you can win, we're giving away 3 Telegram Premium subscriptions for 1 month. So what you have to do is go to app.3r.io and enter the form, click on giveaway at the bottom. So I'm already going to share my screen and show you where you have to click to find it. So I already entered the giveaway, but you can see down here at the bottom, there's this little gift icon, and that's where you enter the giveaway, and you'll see a form that asks for your Twitter handle, your retweet link to show that you really retweeted, your Telegram handle, and the live code of today's show, which we're going to show again once more here. So it's CV Rocks, because we had the honor of hosting the managing director of CVVC Africa. So once you enter that, at the very end of the giveaway, we will do the live draw. And I'll hand over to Sandi for a nice story.
Yeah, just to close it off. First of all, I need to ask you, you're not competing, right, in the giveaway?
Of course I am. So no, I'm not. I put in dummy things just so that I can refresh my screen and show the winners at the end of the giveaway.
Good. So yeah, like there was a question before, and I didn't want to take the time away from Gideon because I knew that he wanted, he needed to go. But he asked me how was Kenya actually, and there was one. There was 2 stories, really nice ones there. So me and Petra, we stayed at a house in Mombasa, and so there was Ken. His name was Ken. He was actually coming to cook for us every other day, and we started talking with him and so on, and we kind of got to like him. And then Petra was talking to him a bit about how he does business, and he was saying it was really, really hard during COVID times. There were no guests. He did not have any job, and he is taking care of his family and his sister, and then also his parents, and quite tough life, right? And he was charging like really almost nothing. It was the half of what he was making, he was giving away for the transport costs actually, and they're really minimal. So he he was really not making a lot of money there. So but he was also doing some cooking classes. But the thing is, he was just not promoting himself at all. So what Petra did is she sat down with him and created a Airbnb profile for him and put up the cooking classes. So we made some photos and wrote a description, and then we connected him with M-Pesa, so he can get paid and all those stuffs. So he now has a profile there, and he's starting to get clients in. And now he's just it was really funny. So, and I would say, look, for a cooking class, if I go to a cooking class, I don't mind paying $50 for it. And he was like, no, that's too much, right? And it's not something that he could even imagine that he could earn. But that's the prices that you actually pay if you are going to Airbnb or something like that. So yeah, that was one, let's say, good deed that we tried to do, and that wouldn't be possible without internet, right? So it's really, really important because it can change lives. And we're following with cannabis, how he is doing and everything. So yeah, let's see, we'll maybe report back. And But I do think that literally this one thing that we did there, and it didn't cost us anything, to be honest. So can change a person's life. And as I said, it is about internet. It's also a bit about education, of course. Right. And the second thing that was there, so there was also a lady that was cleaning our room. And we invited her and her daughters. She has three daughters to dinner. And she was like really surprised. She was actually crying because nobody else invited her until now. And she's working there for years, I think 4 years or something like that, at that house. And we were actually the first ones that invited her to sit with us and eat with us, right? So, and then we started also talking. And it's also, it's the stories that really touch your heart. They We were talking about school, and oh, how tough it is because they still need to pay for school. They need to there's everything is boarding schools there. And sometimes they don't even have the money for a proper meal during the day. And then we asked a bit, what they wanted to do. And also asked a bit about internet. And when I asked if they have internet at home, they were just starting to laugh. They were starting to laugh because it's just so unimaginable for them. So we kind of made an arrangements that they can use the internet there where we were staying. And but then the problem was they didn't have a laptop. So yeah, then we also went and bought them a laptop. And there was we bought a laptop there. It was a used one. It was a nice used one. It cost us, I don't know, $400, something like that. And literally when we presented it, she 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 went crazy. She went crying. She was literally running around. And then she dropped down on the floor, and then she started praying. And it was like, man, it was really, really heart touching. And again, it's intended for education. It's intended for school. The whole family will use it, but especially what it was most intended for a one of her daughters that wants to be a news reporter, writer, something like that. But she just didn't have the ability to do it. So we also sign her up then on Fiverr so that she can start writing a bit for some articles. And she can do it right now. Without a laptop, you really cannot write any stories. So those were the two things that happened in Kenya. And I'm kind of proud of it. It's little things for us, but it's really big things for others. And it can literally change a life. So I think next week we'll also report about something else, how we are changing lives with the internet. And that's it. That's the power of internet.
Thank you, Sandi, doing good deeds. Thank you very much in the name of all of us. I'm sure that We are now all a little bit emotional, and I can just imagine how it was. So thank you. Thank you. Great story. Wow. Okay. Ruba.
All right, let's do it. Everybody get ready for the giveaway. It's good that we kept it till the end because throughout the AMA we had a lot of people who still joined. So that's very good. I'm going to start sharing my screen.
Okay. What are we giving away?
Yes. So we are giving away 200 BUSD and 3 Telegram premium monthly subscriptions. So we have winners for 2 winners for 50 BUSD and 1 winner for 100 BUSD and 3 winners who are going to win 3 Telegram premium monthly subscriptions. So what do you think we should start with?
Let's start today with the big one.
All right. Let's do it. Right, we're selecting.
So it's 100 BUSD right now.
Yep. Let's see who the winner is.
Let's see who the winner is. There you go. 0x32 and the ending 51D2. You won 100 BUSD. Congratulations. You put filled out everything, put in the CB Rocks code. Really good.
So we are not, so just to preserve privacy, we are not showing any names, anything else, just a few numbers out of the wallet. So.
Okay, now for 50 BUSD.
The first one.
The first one. I am refreshing the screen. There you go, ending BE24. Your wallet won 50 BUSD. Congratulations. We need to have some sound effects for these.
Then we have it.
Yeah. I think Leon will do this for next week.
Yes. All right. And then the next one with the ending F63A. Congratulations, you won another 50 BUSD. So now we gave away 200 BUSD till now. Okay.
We're not really good in hyping things up, right?
No, not without sound effects.
Woo woo. The drums.
Right. Now giving away the first Telegram premium subscription.
Let's see who gets that.
There you go. B2C2 sounds almost like Star Wars.
Star Wars.
You won 1 month premium Telegram subscription. Congratulations. Selecting the next one.
Another one coming up.
Coming up. Did you see it?
And one more.
And one more.
The last one, right?
Yes.
We're like Santa Claus right now. Still not December.
Like there you go. We have all of our winners. Congratulations.
Yay. Yay. Congratulations to all 6 of you.
Yes, and thank you for being here with us. Just to finish off and tell you what to expect next, I have prepared some images for you. So first thing that you will see tomorrow, we have a webinar together with CV Labs and Cointelegraph. So Sandi is going to be talking about 3Air and on the topic of transforming traditional industries with blockchain. It's on our Twitter. We retweeted it. It's also on the official Twitter of CV Labs. So you have to go here to register. So click on the link that's in the tweet, register on Eventbrite, and they will send you the link to the live stream. And it'll be Sandi speaking, it'll be Wes Kaplan from Cointelegraph speaking. It's going to be really interesting. So be sure to join there and also share and retweet. Then we also have tomorrow a live AMA with Solve Protocol. They're a really interesting platform. So join their Discord because that's where it's happening. You can join here at discord.gg/Solve Protocol, or you can scan this QR code that's on the tweet. There is a $500 giveaway, and Sandi's going to be there live for the AMA. It's going to be very interesting. So tune in there on 1st of September at 1 p.m. UTC. And now we really need drum roll for the big announcement. Thank you. We have, some of you might have seen it, we have our token sale launching on Synapse Network. So this is our official first announcement of a launchpad that is doing the launch with us. It's Synapse Network, and it's happening on September 14th. All of the details will be made known next week, so stay tuned for that. But we're really excited for this because it's our first launchpad listing announcement, and we're super happy to share the news and join communities. So share it and stay on the lookout for information on how you can join that sale.
Yeah, there are more to come, but I'm really proud on being on Synapse. I think they're one of the best ones in the space, to be honest. Probably not the most hyped up, but I think they're one of the best ones in terms of being really serious of what they're doing, and not only launching like and hyping things up and having the pumps and dumps and so on. I do like their approach, and they helped us also a lot with structuring the launching and everything. So
Okay. Thank you, Ruba. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. We should be celebrating now.
Yes, we should.
So many great things happening and so many announcements and giveaways, and we are happy. And the sun is shining. We're not here in Slovenia. We have rain all the time. But yeah, this is also a part of life. And thank you, Sandi, for sharing all those wonderful stories with us. Looking forward for more of those stories to come, because I know you have been through a lot on your journey and it's still going on. So Ruba, next time maybe we will think about some stories, right?
Absolutely. Now we have to. It will be inspirational.
Yeah. Let's find something. Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you very much, both of you, for being here all this time. We did a little longer AMA, but it was very interesting with an interesting guest. And we will be here, of course, next Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central European time, as always. And it will be almost a year with our AMAs. Almost, right?
we got 1 month to go, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was
Time
October.
flies.
We will check that and then we will do the big announcement. So thank you very much. And thank you, all of you, for sticking till the end. And congratulations to all the winners. And be with us, follow us, be a part of our community. I'm wishing you a very, very nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.